How's it going, guys? Mighty Dad here with Mighty Dad Plays. As you can hear, my allergies are in full swing at the moment, and not really much I can do about that. Anyways, I'm here to bring you a video today about men's mental health and the hobbies you could do to help you in your mental health. Get over things that have traumatized you or bothered you, even to keep yourself busy. One of the many things is picking up a hobby like I have. If you guys happen to follow me on Facebook or anything else like that, you have seen my extensive albums of my aquariums and what I do to keep myself busy. I just recently rescued, whatever you would like to call it, a Pac-Man Frog. I have experience with them from, in the past. I've raised those before. I've raised many amphibians and many reptiles, which I'll go into further detail on how to raise those if you like. Leave a comment below, and I'll be more than happy to cover pretty much any animal, exotic or local, that you would like. Well, aside from farm animals, I don't do farm animals. They're weird. I will help cover the care and maintenance of each of those creatures below. Just comment below, like, subscribe, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Today's video is specifically about a setup for a Pac-Man Frog. It's thrown together, yes. I was trying to do everything one-handed. However, it's a basic setup, and I'll be sure to add in some finalized video at the end for you guys and show you how it looks. The little guy's pretty happy right now. Anyways, let's go ahead and get right to it. Alright, so you guys know that I do thoroughly enjoy pet keeping. This is our newest addition to the family. I haven't given him a name. Put some comments in below if you can suggest a name for us. It's a Pac-Man Froglet. I adopted him from PetSmart. They don't even sell these really anymore, but apparently somebody brought him in and donated him to the store. So, I went ahead and adopted him, and I decided to go ahead and set him up with a fantastic new home. So, ran over to PetCo because they have better prices for aquariums. They were running their tank sale for Black Friday, so I decided to get a 10-gallon for $10. Of course, a lot of this material that I have here is also available on Amazon. I'll throw some links in the description below, just in case you're ever curious about caring for an amphibious creature or a reptilian. See what all I picked up here. Go ahead and lay everything out here. Have everything laid out here, everything that I've bought for today. So what we have here today, what I'm going to start the tank with, is Eco Earth. There's 3 bricks in here. It's about $10, $11. Each brick should fill up the whole entire bottom of this 10-gallon here. A heating pad, which I'm going to throw onto the side of the tank to help keep them warm. Cork board, which I'm going to break in half. I'm going to make little hollows for them, little hideouts, which Pac-Man Frogs require hideouts. And then some Spagnum Moss. This is going to be the top layer to go over this Eco Earth. It's going to keep moisture. It's going to keep moisture in the tank because these little guys, they don't really need a dish or anything. They absorb all their water and a lot of oxygen, nutrients, stuff like that through their skin. Everything else is supplemented by crickets, insects, mealworms. Which these guys here, there's about 100 in here, small ones. I'm going to end up putting them in here once I take this guy out and put him in this tank. Put them in here with some oats and a cut up potato. That'll cause them to have a nice little colony build up. The mealworms, whatever it may be, he can actually eat the mealworms, and whenever these guys molt and become beetles, he'll actually go after the beetles as well. So half of these I'm thinking about just putting into the Eco Earth and adding it into the tank and letting it grow naturally from there. So my next step here, moving on, is showing you the setup and how I'm doing it. Alright, we're here in my bathroom. You have to excuse the mess for whatever it is. So I have the Eco Earth. I have my tank. What we're going to do is we're going to put it in there, fill it with water, and watch how it expands. So what I'm going to do with this is very simple. Take my used to be illegal butterfly knife. It just happens to be the sharpest knife I have. Slice that open. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one brick out. Oh, come on. You didn't just make an invention there. Let's try that again. No, I don't actually know how to use a butterfly knife like how you see in the movies or anything else like that. But, alright, well, I'm trying to do this one-handed, so you'll have to excuse. There we go. You cut it open. And my idea is that I'm going to set the other two in a 1 gallon Ziploc bag, so that way they don't collect moisture and expand while in there. So this is what the bricks look like. I have small hands, so it looks bigger than what it actually is. I'm going to start out with one and see if that's enough to fill this tank. Pour it right on there. What that brick will do is absorb the water, and then you just start breaking it apart. Usually you want to give it some time. I don't really have time today. I'm actually doing this all right before I have to go to work. Oh, and by the way, I am sick. Well, I'm not sick, it's actually allergies, and it's like a head cold. It's very obnoxious. But, God, that smells wonderful. It smells like earth and jungle and fantasticness. If you guys have ever done anything like this, you know how much fun it can be setting up a terrarium for a new creature, a new friend. So, me, I'm just breaking pieces off. You don't have to do this. Usually, it'll expand on its own and fill up whatever space you have it in. See, it turns into a nice slush. So essentially what this is ground up coconut husk. And it's fantastic for frogs, especially burrowing frogs, like the Pac-Man Frog, because it retains its moisture, and it's soft enough to allow them to burrow into it. There we go, now we're starting to get chunks. See, at first I thought I added too much water, but no, this apparently may not be enough. Break it apart a little bit. Now you see all the water's damn near absorbed already. So I may end up adding a little bit more. Once this is done, it's gonna look great. I don't have any plants yet. My plan is to get some live plants, maybe some succulents, and put it in here so it looks a little bit more natural. But we'll see how it plays out. I gotta see what plants are that the Pac-Man frogs actually like, or what's actually in their natural environments. And they do like tropical temperatures between 75 to 85 degrees. That's why I have the heating pad, and so that way it maintains some type of temperature. And I'm going to put it on one side, so that way he has his hot side, then a cooling side, just in case he gets overheated. So you want to break up everything as much as possible. I may even end up putting another brick in here. Look at that, it's already falling apart. There we go. Okay. So now I have the tank filled up and I got a cork board in there already. This is the other half of it. I may set that aside and save it for later, but we will see. Next up, we'll put in the Spagnum Moss. This comes in a brick as well. Sometimes you gotta break it apart. It's gonna fill out more than it should, but I figure over time it'll come compact down a little bit. So whatever's left over, I can just set aside in a Ziploc bag. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna put some of it in a Ziploc bag. There we go. Something plain and simple. Back it down a little bit. Take a piece of it. Just right down the sides here. These things are down there like sponges, so make sure you wipe down whatever residual water you have on the side there. Put it back into place. We'll absorb all that water from the sides there. There we go. That's kind of what it looks like here. Alright guys, this is the finalized tank I have here for my Pac-Man Frog. Let's see, let me get closer to the floor here. Alright, as you can see here, I have about 3 to 4 inches worth of the coconut husk put in here. A nice little hidey hole. Plenty of sphagnum moss in the background to keep the moisture in. That's not necessary because all the moisture in the soil here will satisfy the frog. Here's a top view of it. And he's currently hiding right now. He, she, whatever it may be, is currently hiding right now. He hasn't gone to his cave yet, but can you see him right there? My little guy. He made himself a nice little hole there. If I were to stick my finger right there in front of his face, he'd probably bite me. These guys have teeth. Yeah. They have teeth. But something just as simple as this can keep a Pac-Man frog relatively happy. As you can see in the background there. Spot's pretty excited about being on camera. Anyways, this is all it takes, guys. This is the finalized view. Thank you for coming by Mighty Dad Plays. Thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned for more content. Be sure to like and subscribe, and catch our next video.